Learning a language doesn't have to be boring. You do not have to sit on books all day trying to learn the grammar, and then for learning the vocabulary, you have to sit on dictionary all day turning pages trying to learn every single word. And even after doing that, you are still not able to use those vocabulary in your language while speaking because you do not have that fluency and you don't know where to use those words. Then what's the point? Let me make it fun and interesting for you. And I promise that if you do all these things, you are going to become an expert in speaking English fluently, that too without that boring processes. And let's begin. And if you want a guaranteed proof, it's right in front of you because that's exactly how I have learned to speak fluent English, that too with an amazing American accent. So whatever that I'm going to treat you, I have done it myself, and that's how I have become this confident and fluent in speaking English. So number one, and we're calling it binge learning, which I have translated from binge watching. So I know that you must probably like to watch movies all day, scroll on your Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and watch all the videos and just sit on your bed. So why not actually learn from it something, right? If you're actually wasting your time, if you're actually just binge watching all day, why not also learn English along with that? Isn't that amazing? So let's begin with the fun part. If you like to watch movies, interviews, podcasts, YouTube, or anything or any cartoons, basically, cartoons, the English cartoons have the most simplest language since it's also made for kids strategically, and also the English sitcoms and movies. And also on the YouTube, you can watch podcasts and interviews of many great speakers. What is going to happen with them? I'm not going to lie to you and say that you watching a podcast or a movie on your laptop or phone is going to make you an expert in speaking English. But what's going to happen is I have this curiosity kind of a habit. How I did it. When I used to watch movies, podcasts, and interviews, and whenever I used to see some word that I have never heard of, and then I instantly used to Google it and learn the meaning of it. And that's how I increased how my vocab, like how you can do it also. So if you want your vocabulary to get better and you want your listening skills to get better, because imagine you knowing how to speak in English, but imagine you not being able to understand the English someone from foreign country speaking in front of you. That sound dumb, right? So you have to understand also how to listen to English and then translate it in your brain. So for that, you have to watch movies, podcasts, sitcoms, interviews, whatever fun, or even cartoons if you like. It's your choice completely. But learn your listening skills so that you can one day turn off your captions and not use those subtitles anymore, and you can understand that English and also learn new vocabulary words with it. Now, number two, this is a fun practical activity. I want you to just randomly choose any topic of your choice. It could be anything you like, anything you watch on your daily basis, or any topic that you are interested in. Now, I don't want you to judge yourself while doing it because this is your practicing journey, not the final destination. So I want you to every single day for just 3 to 4 minutes, put on your camera and switch on the record button, and do not practice about that topic beforehand. Just choose a topic and start speaking on that topic and record yourself. What's going to happen with that? See, when you're just speaking alone and you cannot see yourself, where your hand movement is, what mistakes that you're making, where you should be improving, how wrong you're speaking, you cannot analyze that without seeing yourself. So record yourself in a form of video, and then after that, watch that video every single day, and I want you to see your improvement. Whatever is wrong in that video, if the language is wrong, if the vocabulary used is in the wrong way, if the fluency is not good enough, I want you to analyze your performance every single day and change and make improvements in that. And that's how I promise if you do this for 1 month, you are going to become so much better in speaking English. Now, number three, if you are not the kind of person who is interested in watching movies, series, or podcasts, you find it boring, then here's it. Music, songs, the English songs. start listening to the English songs. And this is my one of the favorite methods, because I love music, I love singing. And that's why when I was in 6th standard, I used to listen to all the English songs that I can do, and I used to practice them singing, since it was my hobby and still is. And that's how I became better with my accent and my fluency. So I want you to do is, whenever you're free, whenever you're doing any activity, just put on some English music. Even if you want to watch it with the lyrical version, just watch it and read every single lyric and sing along. The more you sing along, the more fluent your English gets. And I promise you that if just for 1 month, even if you don't want to take 1 month, just for 1 week, practice one song. Just take one English song and then listen to that song on loop every single day for 1 week and learn it by heart. Watch your English speaking skills get better. Now, read books and articles on social media or in your real life. Now, if you have a hobby of reading or something like that, if you like to read, whether it's articles, it's news, or it's books, whatever kind of books, even it could be fun and easy, it could be magazines. If you like to see magazines, then read it every second or third day. Make it a daily routine in your life if you want to improve in English, because when you're reading, you also do the same thing. When you see the words for yourself, you learn where to use every kind of words and verbs in your English speaking, and that's how you can get better with it. And with that also your vocabulary improves, because let's say you're reading a book. What happens is, when I have a habit of reading books sometimes, and when I read a book and when I'm reading, I see some word that I don't know the meaning of, I instantly go and Google it, and then I learn about a new word. And then now my vocabulary is increasing that way, because now I'm going to use that word in my daily life. And that's why what you do with yourself in your alone time is going to reflect in your time when you're with public. For example, if you watch English movies, English songs, or if you're reading books in English, what happens is you're doing all this activity in private, right? Nobody knows about it. But the more you're going to do this, the more better your English speaking, your fluency, your accent, your vocabulary is going to get. And that is going to reflect it when you are going to be with public, your friends, when you socialize, you're going to use new words, your English is going to get better. And then people are going to be more impressed by you, because they never saw you doing all this thing, but the result is still going to reflect how you're looking. Now, my last point is a very personal opinion which you should know by heart and believe in it. English is a language, not a status symbol. I am an Indian, and we live in a country where speaking English is so privileged. You know, when two types of people are standing, and one doesn't know how to speak English and one knows really good English, people start to think that the one who knows better English is the one more intelligent. We compare more better English with better intelligence, but you have to understand one thing, that in the end, English is a language. It's just a language. Stop keeping it on a pedestal. Stop thinking that just because some people know how to speak in English, they are the most intelligent or the smartest person. No, they just know a language, and language is nothing more than just a mode of communication. I do not understand that every time you see, even with your relatives, your friends, and people around you, the one who speaks better English gets more attention, because people start thinking that, oh, she might be smart, he might be more smart and intelligent. But how can you prove that? By knowing that they just know a language they're speaking. Language is just a mode of communication, and English is just a language, not a status symbol. So put yourself out there. You know why I became good at English? Because I was not afraid to be cringe. Be cringe. I am promoting that. Be yourself. You are going to make mistakes. You cannot become an expert of something on day one or even 1 week. If you are learning a new language, which is not even your language since you birth, you have to take time with it. You are going to make mistakes. You know who is the most confident person in the room? The most confident person in the room is not the one who is the most perfect. The most confident person in the room is someone who makes mistakes and also owns up to it, because they know that it is okay to make mistakes, because when you're learning something new, you cannot become perfect on day one and when you're beginning. So you have to own up to your mistakes, that yes, I obviously are going to make mistakes because I'm just starting. Thank you for watching this video, and I really want you to use all the steps if you want to improve your fluency and speaking skills in English. Do all these steps for 1 week as a practical experiment. Watch English movies, listen to English songs, read some books, articles, or magazines, and watch the podcast and interviews, the kind of content which is in English language, and try to learn the way they speak, the way they deliver, the words that they are using, how and where they are using. Just learn that and take it easy. Do not be too harsh on yourself. Do not think of yourself as someone less than other just because you don't know how to speak perfect English. In the end, I really want you to remember one thing, that English is just a language and language is just a mode of communication. A language, knowing a language does not depict who is more smart or who is more intelligent or who is better than you. A person who knows how to speak English might be even more dumb than you. They just know how to speak in English. That doesn't make them better in any way. What makes you better in life is the knowledge that you have and the better life skills that you learn in life. Thank you so much for watching this video, and do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to become the best version of yourself and attract everything you want in life.